All right. Today's topic, sitting is now the new smoking. I know some people are going to be like, what? That can't be true. Well, that was my reaction too, but I've come to find out that it is true. Some of us are going to be learning something new today, all right? So, most people think sitting is harmless, but science is saying otherwise, all right? Scientists are now comparing prolonged sitting to smoking, not because they look the same, but because of what they do inside your body. And here's the scary part, all right? You can eat clean, you can work out every day, and still quietly damage your health just by sitting too much, all right? So let me explain. When you sit for long periods, your body basically goes into low power mode, all right? Your muscles shut down, especially your glutes and your legs, which are some of the biggest muscles in your body. Blood flow slows down and calorie burning drops to almost nothing, all right? But the real issue isn't stiffness or back pain. It is what's happening at a cellular level, all right? So what's happening? What's really happening deep down at a cellular level, all right? There's an enzyme in your body that helps to break down fat, especially one called the lipoprotein lipase. I'm not sure of how it's pronounced, but I think that's the pronunciation. You see, when you sit for too long, this enzyme drops dramatically. What does that mean? It means that when this enzyme drops, fat stays in your bloodstream for too long. And when fat is in your bloodstream for too long, it increases your risk of heart disease. This is why researchers don't just say prolonged sitting is bad, they say it triggers disease pathways, all right? But here's the part most people don't want to hear. A 1 hour workout does not cancel 8 to 10 hours of sitting. Think about it like this. If smoking one cigarette a day is bad, do you think going to the gym will erase it? No. All right. The problem isn't the workout, it's the hours in between. When you sit all day long, insulin sensitivity drops, blood sugar regulation worsens, and inflammation increases. Your body was never designed to sit that long. All right. This is why doctors now say exercise is powerful, but movement throughout the day is essential. All right. Let me say that again. Exercise is powerful, but movement throughout the day is essential. All right. According to research, sitting for too long has been linked to a higher rate of anxiety, depression, and cognitive decline. Why? Because movement stimulates dopamine, serotonin, and BDNF, chemicals that literally keep your brain sharp. No movement equals weak signals, all right? That's why after sitting all day, you feel mentally drained. I don't know if that's happened to you before. When you sit all day without, even when you don't do nothing, you feel mentally drained. Now, let's be clear. Sitting isn't identical to smoking, but the comparison comes from this. Both are chronic behaviors that increase cardiovascular disease, raise mortality risk, and damage the body slowly over time. All right. While smoking harms you through toxins, sitting harms you through the absence of movement. So you need to move. All right. Different mechanisms, similar outcomes. That's why some researchers now call sitting the smoking of our generation. All right. This is not being dramatic, it's just the uncomfortable truth. Sitting for too long is bad, all right? So, what actually fixes this problem? Here's the good news: you don't need extreme workouts, you don't need fancy equipment, you need frequent movement, all right? So, here's what doctors recommend. Doctors recommend that you stand up every 30 to 60 minutes, walk for 2 to 5 minutes, stretch, squat, pace, move. I call these the movement snacks, all right? These movement snacks reactivate your metabolism, restore blood flow, and protect your heart and brain. Fitness isn't just about training hard, it's about not sitting still for your entire life, all right? Your body was built to move, so let it move. Don't let the chair take that away from you, all right? So if this video is helpful, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. and I'll be seeing you in the next one. All right? Peace.